Morning everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out in your busy day to watch this webinar. This webinar is brought to you by Greytech. My name is Stuart Smith and I'm a data management consultant at Greytech. Today's webinar will be looking at Autodesk Vault Basic 2015. Autodesk Vault Basic is a product data management solution. So today we're going to be looking at Vault with Inventor, so Autodesk Inventor, though it does link up with other Autodesk products. So there will be a series of slides just to highlight the key functions within Vault Basic, and then we'll move on to looking at the actual live demonstration of the product. Okay, so one of the key functions or benefits of Autodesk Vault is it helps designers, architects, engineers and manufacturing work groups to manage digital prototyping information. Vault allows you to centralize the storage of all data and related documents, which helps reduce the time to completion and also avoid costly mistakes. So if you think about the design process from initial concept through to design and engineering, test validation stage, manufacturing and production, to sales and marketing, we need a way to be able to manage the data through all of these processes. And Autodesk Vault is the solution provided to you to manage the data through each and every step. Autodesk Vault is the central tool that helps bind all of these processes during prototype to delivery. So why Autodesk Vault? So some key things I think are, as I previously said, it's for lots of disciplines and lots of different types of departments. So it's for designers, architects, engineering work groups. It's for building and infrastructure companies. It allows you to efficiently collaborate and accelerate development cycles to meet tight deadlines. Vault Basic is part of the Autodesk solution for digital prototyping and is a data management tool that allows collaboration. It allows you to securely organize, manage and track all your designs. It does this from a central location as well, so everyone can work using a central database of information. Unlike many of the competitors, Autodesk Vault is fully integrated with Autodesk design software. It works right out of the box without the need for expensive modules and extensions. Vault also provides smooth integration with Autodesk CAD and design software. It saves you time and makes it easy to find, organize, copy and reuse data. They're the key elements essentially of Autodesk Vault Basic. So we're going to go to a little bit more detail. So Autodesk Vault is a server-based storage system. So you have a machine that holds what we call Vault Server, but users actually work local to their machine. So a user would connect to the Vault Server, download the file they wish to work on, they work on it locally and then upload it. What this means is your network isn't constantly being used. So if you currently find that you're working over the network and it's slow, it takes time to save, you lose data, you often your network drops out, we have network issues, this will help alleviate it because users work locally then upload. So there's less activity and traffic. Vault is a database, so it uses SQL. All your data is indexed, so all the properties and information contained within your files is extracted, which means you can quickly find and reuse data using these properties. Vault Basic gives you version history of your files, so you can track what's been happening since the initial creation of your document. It maintains file relationships, so it understands the relationships in your dataset. So an Inventor dataset if you have a product, could consist of thousands of parts, it knows how each file is linked. If you're coming from AutoCAD, it understands the relationships of X references in between documents. CAD integration, again, Vault tightly integrates with Autodesk products. It gives you great copy design tools, which allows you to copy an entire design with all of its complex relationships quickly and easily. It also gives you secure file checkout, so as people work on data, you can securely lock the file out to stop anyone else working on it. Autodesk provide you with the best in-class CAD integration tools. It fits the way you work. It does this by providing you built-in tools into your CAD application, so you're not having to constantly switch between applications. You can just work the way you normally would within your respective program. So what that means for you is it makes PDM easy to adopt. It minimizes the training because it is simple. You can run it straight through your AutoCAD, your Inventor, your Studio Max. So it fits to quite a few variations of products. It also allows smooth upgrading with synchronized releases. So other PDM solutions aren't able to offer an immediate upgrade of their system. So if you were to upgrade Inventor 2015 to 16, Vault will be available at the exact same time. Other PDM solutions aren't able to do this, and you could be waiting months or a year ahead to be able to upgrade to the next release. This isn't the case with Vault. It's made by Autodesk and they release it at the same time as every other product. So some key benefits of Vault Basic is search and review of design data. It provides quick and advanced file searching tools. It allows you to interrogate the data in great detail and understand relationships. This allows you to confidently edit data knowing that it will affect a set of files, or you can be confident in deleting something knowing that it's not going to affect a whole other set of data sets. It maintains file relationships for you, so you can easily move, rename files without breaking anything. It gives you advanced file viewers, so there's no need to actually launch a CAD application if you just want to view data. So another key benefit is a central management system for your design data. You can easily create, organize, and share your design information. Vault enables concurrent design workflows, so you can have 6 people working on a project or on a design. All 6 can have that assembly open, that main assembly. Then people can be working at different levels. It allows concurrent design, and it does this by giving each user their own local area. Vault also allows you to manage all project and product data in any file format. So although it's got Autodesk written on the front and it says it's Autodesk Vault, it's not just for Autodesk products. You can store any type of file in there, and in fact it integrates with Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office applications have a direct add-in, so you can add data in and out straight from your Office product. Again, it's secure, so you can control who can access the data and what level of access they have. Vault Basic gives you the ability to capture history and milestones, which means that you can automatically track evolution and important milestones. You can track design and project history using the versions. You can then quickly revert to a previous design at any time, and you can capture important milestones for a complete and accurate record. And it does this through versioning. So Vault Basic also provides you with a copy design utility. So this allows you to quickly and easily copy and configure a design. You can also choose what to create new versions. You can reuse existing data. So the nice thing about Vault is, again, coming from an Inventor perspective, if you copy a design, maybe several or 90% of the components can be reused, but 10% need to be redesigned. It gives you that flexibility. It maintains the file relationships. So as I said, we're looking at Vault Basic. There are vertical products available, which is Vault Workgroup and Professional. At the end, I'll discuss the benefits of these two products. So if you find this feature not in Basic, it's likely that Workgroup and Professional will provide you with those functions. So to set the scene, we're going to go through a demonstration, live demonstration now. So what we're going to use in this example is a valve. So the scene is, I work for a company who design and manufacture valves, and I've just received a new order for a type G valve from a customer. They've sent it to me in Word format. They've notified me that it's a variant of an existing product, and they've given me a DWF with a markup to show me the modifications they need in this existing design. So what this is going to enable me to do is give you a demonstration of the Vault interface, brief introduction to customization of Vault, data searching, data reuse, and show the CAD integration with Inventor. Okay. So there are two ways to access your data. You can do it through your Autodesk software, which is or could be Inventor or AutoCAD or another Autodesk solution. Or you can do it via something called the Vault Explorer. So we're going to initially browse data through Inventor just to show you that it's not a big change in workflows and behaviors, so it is easy to learn and use. So Vault provides you with an add-in within the application that allows you to immediately collect your Vault data management system and browse data. So it's not a huge difference in the way that you currently work. We can start to browse folders. So again, you can keep the file and folder structure that you currently use, and at the same time you can completely change it if you wish to. So we can browse to any data set we want and start to open the information. You can see it's given me the same view that you would normally get from Inventor or File Explorer, but a little bit of additional information. So you can see straight away it's not an alien solution, it's a simple workflow, and it's pretty much the same as the way you would currently work in Inventor. So you can do everything through Inventor in terms of opening and working and adding to your data management system straight from your application. So we're going to switch to the Vault Explorer now, because this will show you some of the other advanced functions within it. So the Vault Explorer is a lot like Windows Explorer. The main difference is when you connect, you need to log in. So what that means is each user is provided with a username and password. This gives you secure and controlled access. You can control who's accessing your system, and at the same time for each user you can dictate what level of access they have. So as I said, it is like the Vault, like a Windows Explorer. We can start to browse the folder structure and start to browse data. So once we get to a folder that contains information, it starts to reveal it in this main pane. And straight away you can start to see we're getting more information that we would typically get out of a Windows Explorer. So we're seeing file names and description information. So it actually extracts information from your data. So whether it's an Inventor file or AutoCAD or other document, we can link to those properties, whether they're standard or custom, and we can extract them, which means we can view them and search them. So in this example, I want to add some additional properties that I find useful, and that's very easy to do. We can easily customize the view and start to add additional information. So for me, I like to see the company that the data was made for, and also want to see a little thumbnail of whatever the entity is. Seems okay that you can see it adjusts the interface. So now we're getting a thumbnail image of the products or the item entity types. I can also rearrange the columns. So again, it's extracting information from the file. It's showing me file name, the company, and description of the product. A comment against the file if there has been a comment made, and who designed it. So straight away, a lot more information you can start to utilize within the system. When we select a document, we also start to get a lot of extra information. We can start to utilize the history of a file, so we can track everything that's happened since the initial conception of this assembly, for example. So we can see when it was created, at what time, and who created it. So its very last version, and who worked on that file, when they worked on it, and at what time. We can also see the files that make up that assembly. So straight away we're getting a much broader picture of the file relationships that exist. So whether you're using again Inventor, AutoCAD, or another product that links together, it shows you all the relationships in those data sets. So at any point we can get a better understanding of what's going on. We can also look at where something's used. So in this example, this assembly file is used in a drawing. So if we take a look at the part file, again we can see where it's used. We can actually see that this common part is in fact used in 3 other data sets. And this button is used in 3 other data sets. So what this allows us to do is we can select a file. A lot of people don't delete things because they can't be confident it's not used somewhere else, whereas with the data management system and Vault we can. We also have the ability to preview our documents. We can preview any previous version of our document. In this example we want to view the latest. So straight from Vault we can view. We can adjust the interface if required to give ourselves more room. And we can start to navigate the document. We can even print or add additional dimensions if we just want to confirm that this is the correct drawing that I'm looking for. If we want to view it in a larger window, we can do. And again, it provides you with the same tools. If at any point we want to actually open a data set, again, we can just do it on the right click. Whatever the application is it was made in, it will launch it in that application. So you can see that you can do it straight from your native Autodesk application, or you can use the Vault Explorer to get a broader picture and more advanced view, but you can still, it still tightly integrates with your product and will launch into that product. So we're going to switch back to the Vault Explorer in a minute. As I mentioned from the scenario, is we've been given an order from a customer. So we're going to load up that order and add it to the Vault. So this will show it doesn't matter what type of document it is, Vault will hold that document. So in this example, we've received a sales request in the Word format. We can see they're asking for 5,000, and it's based on an existing design, and they've in fact included a DWF. So we need to Vault both these documents. So the company in question is Flowtronic. So within your Microsoft Office products, you will have an Autodesk Vault add-in. So you can see it again gives you secure and controlled access to the Vault, and it allows us to add documents straight to the Vault system. It also allows us to create our own folders if we require. The user experience from Vault Professional is very much the same as what you would expect. Within any other Autodesk application. So we're just going to add that into the system. So as we start to add documents, it gives us the ability to comment. this means is we can go back through the version history and start to see why a change has occurred or why it's been added, and we can reference other documents within this commenting system. So with that document vaulted, we're going to just take a look at Vault Explorer to see what's happened. So we can see now, if we start to browse the Vault Explorer, we have our new folder, we can see our Word document, and again we can, if we like, preview that document. So it shows that lots of different document types can be stored in this system. We have the ability to preview them. We also get a history of this document. So if we continue to work on it or update it, we're able to track that version history. In this example, we also want to add the DWF. And to do that, we're going to simply use drag and drop. So it gives you lots of different options for adding content. Again, you get the same consistent dialogue. If we take a look at the history of these files, we can see comments that are being made. If we wanted to edit them further, we could. So if we take a look at the preview, we're able to preview this DWF straight from the Vault system. Again, we're going to just hit view just to give ourselves a bigger window, bigger viewing. So they've highlighted an existing product which we can use. So again, the scenario is they want a new design, a type G, based on an existing product. And they've highlighted that one of the parts is going to change, which is going to change, meaning a new assembly, a new part drawing, and a new assembly drawing. And it's going to affect properties or information. So we need to first find that data set. So Vault gives you a host of searching tools. We can quick search for components, or we can do an advanced search. So the advanced search allows us to utilize specific properties rather than general. So in this example, I have an idea that it's called ICU, this product. So we can add it as a criteria that file name contains ICU, and we can do a search. And it brings back quite a few results, 65. So I need to maybe tailor this a little bit. So I can also add an additional property and say it also needs to be an assembly. That straight away cuts my search down to 12, but I'm still not happy. I have an idea that this was made for a specific company. So again, we can utilize any property. And in this example, I'm utilizing company and telling it that the company is Potters. And I can add this as a criteria and continue my search. In this example, it's got it down to 1. So let's take a look. So no matter where the file is in the system, we can tell Vault to take us to it. We can analyze it using the preview button for its drawings, or we can just launch it, which will open it in its native product. Now, I'm pretty confident in this example that it is the correct one, so I need to essentially copy it. So Vault provides you with a comprehensive copy design utility. In this example, we don't need to copy everything. But quickly, we can go into our copy design utility. It gives us the flexibility of defining where we would like our data to go. We can also pick and choose what we're going to copy. So we don't necessarily have to copy an entire design, though it is possible. In this example, we only need to copy a part and the assembly. We can also rename the files through this process, or do a find and replace. So if we had a common number or a common word, in this case, we want to replace anything that contains type D for type G, but only files that are being copied, and Vault will do this. We can also apply prefix or suffix. As soon as I initiate this command, it copies all the data to the specified location and re-references any file that is being reused to If we take a look at the results, we can see 4 files have been copied. If we take a look at the assembly, again we can see what it uses in terms of files. If we go to one of the common parts that was actually reused and take a look at where they are used, we can now see it's used on type E, F, D and G, which is the new one. And again, at any point we can say take us to that data. So I'm ready to start modifying this as per the markup, and we're going to do this through Inventor. So I could open it from here, again just to highlight the integration. You can do it all through Inventor. So straight from Inventor, if we wish to, we could start to do searches. So I'm looking for type G. So we can do global or property specific. In this example, we found the data set that needs modification. So I'm going to open up the assembly. During the process of opening data, it requests me to check the data out. So checking out a file reserves it to me, which will then stop anyone else from working on it. Though anyone can gain access to this assembly, they cannot modify it. As we start to go in to modify this component, the moment we try and make a modification, Vault will request that we check the file out. So you get perfect integration with your data management system. It will constantly request to reserve a file if it's not yet reserved. So reserving a file is doing a checkout. If we wish to review what files are checked out to us, we can simply switch to our Vault browser, which gives us a comprehensive overview of what files are checked out to us or other people, what files are newer than what's in the Vault or older. So in this example, we also want to update the drawing documentation. So again, I'm going to do a quick search for type G, find the additional documents, and also check them out for modification. With my documentation up to date, it's just a case of adding it back to the Vault system. So as we go to check this in, we can even use Vault's functionality to gather any additional documents that we may have forgot to check in. So as we go to check the assembly file in, we can say find all related documents. It finds the additional housing drawing and we can check it in. And that's our modification made. So in this example, I want to switch back to the Vault Explorer, and we can easily do that. It provides us within the interface a tool just to switch straight back. So you can see we can quickly copy a design. We can go from Inventor, open the data, easily work on it, and if we needed to, collaborate with other people. So in this example, I've added it back to the Vault, but I've actually identified that I forgot to do a few things here. I can see that company is displaying Potters. Well, in fact, it's for a new company, Flowtronics. Description is type D when we know it's now type G. So within Vault you have the ability to edit properties. So we could open it in its native application, but Vault provides you with a way of editing properties directly from the Vault client. So I can use Excel style formatting to copy a property. I can use find and replace functions to replace common word or value. And with those changes made, the moment I click OK, Vault will in the background update the properties of those documents, and they are updated on screen. Again, we get a comment that a change has occurred, and that change was an edit of the property. This is also contained within the history of our document. It tells us again who did it and when. So also again, looking at some of the related files, we have some common components. So if you take into account if you're using Inventor, AutoCAD, and again other applications, if you were to move or rename files, this often has an adverse effect on your data. An AutoCAD drawing or Inventor assembly or drawing cannot find the related file because it's been moved or renamed. In Vault, that is not the case. If you move or rename files, the Vault database handles all the re-referencing, meaning no more broken links and no more missing files. In this example, I want to move my common components. So I'm going to create a new folder. So we can easily create new folders within the Vault, and we can easily select multiple components that require moving. Vault will move the files and re-reference any related document to tell it that here is its new location. So if we take a look at one of the related files, we can see that it still understands the relationship, and we can switch back and forth. It knows where the file is. If we need to rename any files, we can again easily do that. Vault again provides us with tools to be able to prefix, suffix, or use find and replace functions. In this example, we want to replace the word common for library. Vault will rename all files, and any file that is referencing it, it will be updated and told its new name. Okay, so the moment I click finish, it's renamed and re-referenced. If we take a look at any data set that references that file, it already knows and understands what its new file name is. If we were to open any of these data sets, there will be no broken references. It is already re-referenced all through the database of Vault. So it's an incredibly powerful tool, copying, renaming, moving and maintaining file relationships. Finally, if you want to be able to send this data out to customer or clients, you're able to do that. Vault provides you with tools for packing data. It could be the case that you don't want to supply them the actual physical data, but representations. Like PDFs, you can use DWF functionality by Autodesk. So you can package all the files off in DWF format, meaning you can maintain the 3D data without supplying it. If you wish to give them that data, it is possible. We can zip that up, all part of the process. Finally, coming back around to the sales request that we put in, we want to actually link it to this data. So an Inventor file or an AutoCAD file isn't normally associated with something like a Word document or a DWF in terms of relationship. But you can create links. So when we start to look at what it uses, we can identify the sales order. So against our assembly drawing, I can create an attachment. We can browse the documents within the data management system. So what this means is when people look at the data set, if we just adjust the interface, we can view the assembly drawing and straight away identify that it has a markup and a sales order associated with it. And if we want to find where that is, we can just tell Vault to take us to it. Again, working in the opposite direction, we can see where that document is used. So we're able to identify the sales request is part of the ICU valve main assembly type E. So that concludes our demonstration of Vault Basic. So if there are features that you thought you might see in there that aren't, please let us know. We haven't obviously covered everything capable in Basic, but they're the core fundamental tools of why people would go to Vault and Vault Basic. So talking about the additional flavors of Vault that are available, Vault Basic comes with Product Design Suite. So out of the box you have that. There are paid for versions of Vault called Vault Workgroup and Vault Professional. So if you have a requirement for certain things that aren't in Vault Basic, then you should be looking at Workgroup or Pro. So for example, if you're looking for file revision and lifecycle control, so revising documents and tracking that in Vault, and the ability to dictate the behavior of files at certain stages of its life, you need Vault Workgroup. Vault Workgroup will also provide automated file naming, access for non-CAD users, file and folder security, as well as reporting tools within the system. And we can also use server-based DWF publishing. Vault Pro contains everything a workgroup has, but in addition allows multi-site replication. So if you're a business that have multiple sites within the same country or on different continents, you should be looking at Vault replication. Vault Pro. Vault Professional also allows the ability to query, view and print via the web client. So you have a web client access within Vault Professional, which means you can use Internet Explorer and browse the Vault, and that is unlimited access. Vault Pro also gives you custom objects, bill of materials management, so you can create the full BOM for a product and a part. You can also push this out to an ERP system, so rather than how a lot of companies work where you have to double data enter it into your CAD data and then into another system, you can link up Vault. Vault Pro also contains engineering change management. This again allows you to centralize everything into one system. Vault Pro also brings SharePoint integration, allowing further access to users outside of the CAD, engineering or architectural departments. And finally, third-party CAD integration. With Vault Professional, you can link up to competitive products. So you may be working within a company where people use softwares from different competitors, and you may need them to link into the system. Vault Professional offers solutions for some of these products. So again, I'd like to thank you for taking part in this webinar. If you're interested in Vault Workgroup or Professional, or have any additional queries, please get in touch with your local sales manager at Greytech and they'll try and help you with this. But thanks again for taking part in this webinar, and I hope you will move to Vault Basic. Thanks, bye.